my friends, how you doing today? I am doing well. Yes, I am. Listen, I am. I'm doing really, really good. I got things going on in the works here, and I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help more now than I ever did before, because I'm making this channel my sole priority. This is my sole priority now, is to boost up this channel to the point where I stop being financially stable from this channel. So I'm gonna need for you to more than ever, please hit the subscribe button. It costs absolutely nothing to subscribe to this channel. If you are interested in movies, music, or toys, nostalgia, stories of the past, of the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and just things that in general are going on in my life, okay, where you can kind of relate. I always say the best comedians are the best people that keep people going. It's funny because it's true. It's true because it's funny. I always used to say that, because I don't know about you, but every comedian I went to go see, it's funny because you've been through it, okay? And I consider you guys to be no different than me. You're no better than me. I'm no better than you. We all live all kinds of screwed up lifestyles. Sometimes we have some good days. Sometimes we have some bad days. You done messed up. But the bottom line is we got to keep on going. We got to keep on going. And I got to tell you right now, I've had a recent change in my life. I've made a decision, a life-changing decision, but I made a life-changing decision for the better. I was waking up every morning shaking at the bottom of my bed. Then I had a whole routine. It was a routine. The alarm would go off in the morning. I'd scooch over to the bottom of my bed, and I'd sit there and hold my head looking at the ground, and I just start thinking of things. My mind is constantly racing. I don't know if you guys, any of you guys suffer from like trauma, or suffer from PTSD or CPTSD, or any of that type of situation, or just have like maybe bipolar disorder, whatever your thing that you have, which everybody's got something, okay? My mind is constantly racing. I'm worried about things that haven't happened yet. I'm worried about things that are going to happen 3 months from now. I'm worried about things that are going to happen 2 years from now. But the problem is that I'm not even promised to wake up tomorrow morning. So I have made an executive decision to be happy. I have made an executive decision that if I am going to rant and complain about things, I'm going to rant and complain about things to make you guys laugh, and so you understand, and to help you to get things you want, and so you understand what is going on. So because sometimes I buy things that make no sense, and then I want to share it with you so you don't make the same mistakes I make. Or I'm going to show you things and you're going to be like, damn, I got to get my hands on that. And you're going to make the same mistakes I make. But the thing is that I want to be happy. I think we all pursue happiness in life. That's it. And sometimes money ain't it? Prince said it the best in one of his live concerts that I'll never forget. He said, "Money cannot buy you happiness, but it helps pay for the journey." Okay, and I was like, and that's kind of sunk to my head. I'm like, all the money. My wife was like, she said we had a couple of because I told her, I said, listen, I'm like, we need money. We got to pay bills and stuff. She goes, yes, I understand. We need to pay bills. We need to do that stuff. And by the way, listen, all of my PayPals and my Venmos and everything are in my description below. They're always there, okay? So if you ever want to help somebody out, listen, just the cost of a cup of coffee can help us save a child.
For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee.
As a sponsor, you can exchange photos and letters with your sponsored child. Every letter you get back will show you the growth and progress you've helped make possible.
Hey, if I got $1 from every single one of my subscribers, I'd be doing pretty damn good. If you sent me just $1, I'd be like, damn, I'm doing good. So, if you feel the need to help somebody out, now's the time to do it, because I'm trying to get myself out of the hole I dug without having the finances that I did. And I know this is probably not the right way to do it, but it had to be done. It had to be done because the routine was coming to the bottom of the bed in the morning, putting my head down, and just like sometimes I'd be shaking. I don't know if you ever shook internally. You ever have an internal shake where you're not shaking, like your hands are not sitting there shaking, not like this, but you can feel tremors in your body. Then I would go in the bathroom, and I would literally make myself physically sick. I throw up to the point where I run my lungs, my throat would be raw, and I start spitting up blood. So right away, I'm sorry, but the first time when you start spitting up, when you first spit your first load of blood into a piece of toilet paper, or paper towel, whatever, right away you think you got cancer. Right? That was my first intuition, was I got cancer. I'm dying of cancer. I'm spitting up blood. I got throat cancer. I'm dying. I'm spitting up blood. I go see my doctor, my doctor's like, well, what's going on, sir? Yeah, listen, I'm passing blood through my stool. I'm throwing up blood in the morning. What's going on with me? He checks me out head to toe. He goes, you're in perfect health. He goes, you're having anxiety issues. You're having anxiety. You're having, and I'm like, doctor, I'm like, listen, I'm having memory loss. He goes, you have stress-induced memory loss. You don't have Alzheimer's. You don't have dementia. You are under a lot of trauma, a lot of stress. You're waking up every morning. You're getting up and you're doing things that you don't really want to do, and you're putting yourself through hell. You're putting yourself through hell. He goes, you need to find happiness. He goes, there's got to be a way for you to figure out a way to find happiness. So I paused for a bit. And like I said, I had this routine, throwing up, and then it was like, take my medication, because I would throw up first, because in my head I'm like, listen, if I take my medication first, I'm going to throw it up, and then it's not going to work throughout the course of the day. And then I got to go and take care of children all day, and I got to make sure that I'm leveled. I got to make sure that my anxiety is not there. I don't have an anxiety attack in front of. I got to be professional at all times. And I tried to be professional at all times at my job, especially with caring for children and parents and stuff like that. I still have an unconditional love for parents and children. I probably always will. I mean, I think I was born to be a teacher, and it's just. Something was getting lost in the mix, and it had a lot to do with my emotions and my feelings. It was just, I felt like I was getting older. I felt like time was going by too fast. You ever get one of those days where you look in the mirror, and you wake up and you feel like that 17-year-old kid. You're like, yeah, 17. I got a lot of energy. I got a lot of excitement. I'm excited about stuff. I'm ready to go, whatever. And then you get up and look in the mirror, and you're like, man, I'm not that guy no more. I'm like, I gotta calm down a little bit. I gotta find some happiness. I gotta find some peace before it's too late. And if you wake up every day feeling like this, now I talked to the doctor, and I got my spiritual Yoda that I walked through in the woods. And when I told him that I was waking up throwing up, and I was spitting up blood, and my chest is getting internal shakes, the response from both of them was that this is your mind, your conscience, your brain, in your body telling you that this isn't good for you. This lifestyle you have is not good for you. Nobody should wake up every morning feeling sick. Nobody should be waking up every morning not looking forward to life. Okay, that's where I was at. I was not looking forward to life. My highlight in my life right now is this channel. It has been this channel for years. I sit down in front of this thing, and it took me, if you don't know the history behind this channel, it took me 2 years to actually produce something on this channel. 2 years I had the equipment, 2 years I had the light, 2 years I had the camera, 2 years I had the tripod, 2 years I had this stuff, and I could not do it because I didn't have enough confidence. I was trying to edit myself, and I was so critiquing what I was doing in my life. I was picking myself apart so much that it was physically hurting me. So I gave up. For 2 years, I just kept recording, and I gave up and recording it. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm done. You know what? You gotta take chances every once in a while. If I don't put something out there, I ain't never gonna know. And what am I doing this channel for? To help people out. So I came up with the name Melted Movies 1 because I was having a complete meltdown. I was melting down. I was falling apart. And the whole thing is that I was movie guy, and number one because I'm number one. That's it. I'm the best. No, I'm wicked. Number one was just because it was like Melting Movies, and then you could put a number at the end, because Melting Movies by itself was already being used by somebody else. So I added the 1 on. And I was like, oh, look at that cleared. So you got the 1. So yeah, it's time to make a change. But I really do need your support. I got to tell you right now, nobody has been more supportive than my viewers. You guys are absolutely amazing, except for that one guy that told me I completely suck. You blew it. That was in. I mean, I've been doing this channel for like almost 4 years, 5 years, or something like that. I looked at the dates the other day, and out of 4 or 5 years, if one person tells me I suck, I think that's pretty damn good. Okay, and I have a good sense of humor, so even if you're kind of like bashing me or give me a hard time, something like that, I get it. Listen, I'm with you. I never get upset. I welcome your comments. I enjoy them. But kind of right now, I kind of need you. I need your help. I need your help. I need your support. And I'm not asking for like financial, like you throw me $1 million. No, what I'm asking, the biggest support you could possibly give me is the subscriptions. Pass it on to your friends. Share it with your friends. Do what you got to do to get this channel to get the subscriptions. Because once the subscriptions get up, then YouTube will stop paying me, and they'll start. It's very difficult to make money with YouTube. I got to tell you right now. I have been doing some random door dashing. I've been like delivering food at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. So that's been keeping me very busy, but it's not going to pay the bills. But I will tell you that I have been watching DoorDashers on YouTube, and they actually tell me that they record themselves door dashing. They make more money on YouTube than they actually make on dashing itself. But they have their play button, and they have they've reached their 5,000 or 100,000 subscribers or whatever it is. Listen, I'm not even close. Okay, I'm not even close. I wish I was, and you figure after 5 years, I'm just not reaching that crowd. They say you have to have a niche. I think because my mind is all over the place, this channel is all over the place. So one day I'm talking about CDs, next day movies, next day toys. Then some days I'm just sitting here and I'm having like mental breakdowns, and I'm talking about depression, I'm talking about anxiety, I'm talking about stress, I'm talking about life. Listen, and then I don't know who exactly I'm. Like sometimes I'll sit here with my priorities are so good that I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm struggling with something. I learned something from my therapist. I learned something from walking in the woods, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell these people, and maybe I'm going to help this person behind the camera that is struggling with what I'm struggling with. In my heart, I'm picturing you guys. I'm picturing you, waking up in the morning and having a struggle before you leave the house in the morning. I'm picturing you, having that problems with your kids, or problems with your wife or family or whatever it is, or even having financial problems, not being able to buy the things that you want to buy or get the things you want to get. And that's why I created this channel. I want this to help somebody. I have always been Mr. Rogers, one of my main so what I'm looking for, role models, said one time, whenever you see a disaster, his mother said this to him, actually. Whenever you see a disaster, look around for the helpers. You'll always find a helper. If there's a fire, you'll find a fireman. If there's a burglary, you'll find a policeman. If somebody's hurt, you're gonna see an ambulance. Whenever there's a disaster, look for the helpers. There's always helpers there, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a helper. I wanted to help you guys. When I teaching, I wanted to help the children, parents. I had young parents that were like struggling. This is their first child. I've had 4. My oldest one's 27. I've been taking care of children for 14 years, regular children. I took care of my brother since I was 7 years old because my mother and father worked during the day, and I had to take care of him for a lot of years. And then my grandmother was sick. I helped take care of her. Listen, it's been a lot of years of me being a caregiver. And then my spiritual Yoda and my therapist told me, he goes, listen, you've been a caregiver since you were 7 years old. Have you ever thought about caring for yourself? When was the last time you cared about yourself? And I paused for a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think personally about myself a lot. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I buy it. You might be like, yeah, you buy a lot of stuff. That's part of the mind problem. That's part of the struggle in my brain. Keeping my mind busy by, ordering things or searching for things or hunting down things or completing collections is a way for me to make myself feel better. But I'm not making myself feel better. I'm digging myself into a hole, and I'm making myself feel worse. So I'm starting to think that there is a higher power than me that is like, hey, sir, now we're kind of limiting your Blu-ray, 4K, DVD media purchases because it's kind of dwindling away. And that's as sad as it is. I'm not so unhappy with the fact that there's a lot of random crap that I don't need to buy. And I just feel like I'm kind of struggling with that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need 10 copies of something. I don't need 15 copies of something. If your Blu-ray copy is working perfectly fine in your player, you don't need your 4K. If your DVD is playing perfectly fine in your player, you don't need to upgrade to your Blu-ray. You just don't need to do it. And that's what I was I had that what was my daughter call it? Fear of missing out. FOMO. Yeah, I had the fear of missing out. Like if I didn't buy that 4K, the 4K was gonna disappear, and the next thing you know, this guy's got it, and that guy's got it. This guy's on his YouTube channel, he's got it, but I don't have it. Now I got to go to the secondary market on eBay, and I got to go buy it for like 5 times more than what I could have got it at the store or could have got it online at the time because I have that fear of missing out. Like, oh, look, they got a better collection than me. I'm a grown adult. Okay, listen, you guys probably have amazing collections. I'm sitting over here with the walls falling in listen, I'm at a count of 6,000 plus titles, but I haven't even finished yet. I'm willing to bet that if I was to go through this entire house, I got about 10,000 plus physical media in this house. That's not right. That's not right, especially when it's like consuming your entire life. If you have so much that I'm never going to be able to watch all this stuff. I'm never. I mean, granted, some people say, have you watched this? You have watched that? Yes. Okay. I've watched probably everything I got at least once, like either the movie theater or when I first bought it or whatever it is. But am I going to go grab it again within the next couple of years, 3 years? There's certain movies, hell no. Hell, Shape of Water. I'm not just going to talk about, for some reason in my head, Shape of Water popped out in my head. I watched Shape of Water. I don't think I'm ever going to watch Shape of Water again. There's a couple other movies that I put in that I'm like, let's see if I can just look. I'm just going to look to the left or the right and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to put that. Let me see. Just over in this little sectional, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I've seen it. Am I going to want to put it in this weekend? No. Am I going to want to put it in like 6 months from now? I don't know. But I really don't think so. It's just going to sit here. But why did I have to buy it? Because I got all the rest. I got all the rest of the Planet of the Apes, so I got to have that one. So, after ranting and raving about the fact that I shouldn't be upgrading things, I'm here to talk about something that I'm really happy just got an upgrade. Okay, just got an upgrade, and I'm happy only due to the fact that the DVD was flawed. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. So what the movie I want to talk about today is Hot Pursuit, and I got a package in the mail from Amazon. Make sure, yeah, okay, from Amazon, and inside this package is a copy of Hot Pursuit. Now, this was going to be one of my tabletop things where I unbox it, I show it to you on the table, whatever. But there's really no need because there ain't much to it. There ain't much to it. So I'm going to show you what the deal is and why I bought it. So this is the movie Hot Pursuit with John Cusack. Now, this was John Cusack after Better Off Dead, after One Crazy Summer, around the, I think it's even after Say Anything. Now, if you're a John Cusack fan like I am, and I have been for many, many years, since 16 Candles, John Cusack was in 16 Candles. He was in Con Air. I mean, the list goes on and on about the movies that I'm pretty sure I own everything that John Cusack has ever been in. I just been a big fan, and what's cool about John Cusack, on doing my research, is the man's never been married. You would think, movie star John Cusack. He's John Cusack. He's the Better Off Dead guy. Never been married. I think that's, I don't know if I admire that. I'm confused by it. But this widescreen collection, presentation that comes with widescreen version, and you get Dolby English surround, English subtitles, interactive menus, and scene selection. That's all that this is the DVD, and that's all that came in this. And I saw this movie in a movie theater when I was younger. I love this movie. My wife did not see this movie. We watched this movie recently. We watched it in this format recently because I did not have the other one in my possession. And it had a blue line going down. It was not formatted correctly. So even though it says widescreen presentation, I had a problem with this disc. Now, granted, it might be my TV, but it was only this disc. Originally, I'm like, oh man, the TV's broke. I got a problem with the TV. But then we took the disc out and put on the regular TV, and it was working perfectly. There was no blue line at the end. So it was the disc. The disc is flawed. Whether or not it's because of the size of the TV. The TV in the living room is a little bit bigger than what I watch in here. In here, I'm watching a smaller TV. Never seen that blue line before, but I guess the bigger the TV, the more problems you get, the more pixelation you get. Especially with DVDs, you get more pixelation. And it is a 4K TV, so I don't know if the 4K TV is searching for something that it ain't going to find on the DVD. I don't know what the situation is, but this is a great movie. It's about John Cusack. He's in college, trying to pass his college exam for, I believe it was chemistry. Yes, chemistry. And he's going on a trip with his girlfriend and his family, and her family. The family doesn't think too much of him. They think he's kind of a little bit of a failure. He never follows through on things, this, that, and the other thing. Well, not to give the story too much away, but he fails his chemistry test. So therefore, he can't go on the trip. Then all of a sudden, his chemistry teacher shows up in his classroom. He has to tell his girlfriend. His girlfriend's crying. Oh, I'm so sorry. She goes and lies to her parents. Oh, he's feeling sick. He's got the flu. He can't go. And the father makes a comment because one of the friends shows up and they're like, oh, sorry to hear about what happened to your boyfriend. And he's like, oh yeah, he's sick, all right. He's got a lack of guts. So but then what happens is he ends up passing, and then he spends the rest of the movie trying to hunt her down. Because now she went to the Caribbean or wherever they went. They're on a boat somewhere in the middle of nowhere. and he's trying to hunt them down. But there's a little bit of a twist to it. There's something going on. It's got Ben Stiller in it. It's got Ben Stiller's father in it. Does it say his name? Ben Stiller's father. That's really sad that I go Ben Stiller, Jerry Stiller. It's got Jerry Stiller in it. It's got Ben Stiller in it. Young. I want to say that this might have been maybe Ben Stiller's maybe first or second or maybe third movie role, because he doesn't play like a big part. He also plays a villain, which is a little odd, and so does Jerry Stiller. He also plays a villain, so it's a little bit different, but really, really good, really entertaining, really, really funny, and a piece of my childhood. I went to go see this movie theater. Actually, matter of fact, I did go multiple times to go see this movie theater because it was just so good. And then finally, I heard that now this is an Amazon, so I can do that little Amazon tear. Finally, they released it's got a slipcase. This is a Kino release. Oh shoot! Hear that? Son of a monkey biscuits here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, this is the little drawback of Amazon shopping here. I mean, I'm hearing rattling here, which is, if the case is cracked or something like that, not a big deal. I got plenty of Dollar Tree cases available that I can just strip down and there's nothing there. So it does have a slipcase. Slipcase comes out, but I'm hearing stuff. Now I'm gonna open this thing up. Hopefully the disc does not. Yeah, look at what the hell was that? Oh, that's a first. Wow, let me grab this for you here so you can see what the hell this is. So this is not a big deal. I don't even think I'm gonna replace it. It's this thing. You know the thing that keeps the booklet in? Yeah, right here. The thing that keeps the. Oh, damn it! Forget I dropped it. It's gone. This thing right here. This thing right here. The thing that keeps the booklet in. There's no booklet in here, so I don't care. As long as the disc is still intact, which it is, which I can't even get out of the thing, I'm okay with that. You didn't give me a booklet. I don't need to hold the booklet in, so I'm good. But what's cool about this is, number one, I didn't know it was going to have a slipcase. Happy about the slipcase. I mean, I'm not a overly crazy slipcase collector, but if it has a slipcase, that's always a nice addition. You do get the audio commentary with film historian Joe Ramone or whatever. You didn't get squat with this thing, okay? Well, I'm not big on audio commentary, so I'm probably never even gonna check that out. And then the next thing you get is a theatrical trailer. You get the theatrical trailer on this thing? Did I say that? No, you don't even get you only get scene selections, interactive menu. Didn't even get the theatrical trailer. Which, I mean, if you know what the movie is, you don't have to watch the theatrical trailer. Sometimes I like to put the theatrical trailer on, or the trailer on for my wife before we watch the movie. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to put this on. I want you to watch the trailer. If you feel like you're interested, we'll watch it. If not, then we'll take it out. We'll go pick something else, because I don't want her to get into it and then fall asleep on me. That tends to happen. But Kino put this thing out, and I got to throw it out there. You know, Kino, I want to thank you, number one, Kino, for putting out the movies that we want. The movies that we love, the movies that we enjoy, and they've been putting out more and more. Okay, I'm noticing more and more of the old classic upgrade movies from DVD to Blu-ray, or just a new release Blu-ray in general. This was an upgrade, and I needed to upgrade it because I was having problems with this disc. But what's cool about this is the actual poster art from the movie. I did have this poster. I got it from the video store. I had this poster up on my wall for the longest time, which I think is kind of cool. This right here is a piece of nostalgia. Sometimes when they put the DVDs, they put the other stuff together. That's why I have a problem with steelbooks too. They'll give you some kind of cool little cover or whatever, but you really want to see what you saw in the theater. You really want to see what you saw, in the video store. You know how many times I must have rented this thing on VHS? How many times? I mean, I didn't rent it on DVD because I bought it on DVD, but when this thing came out on VHS, and VHSs were like $90 a piece, and you couldn't afford them, I was at the video store renting this thing. It was just a great, great movie. And Kino, yeah, you're doing a great job. The only complaint that I have with Kino is I don't think that they give it as much love in the quality as like a Arrow or a Vinegar Syndrome or a Scream Factory. I mean, as far as like the upgrade itself, I mean, it's probably gonna look 100 times better than this, but I almost feel like they slap it together really, really fast, and then you don't get a lot of stuff. The theatrical trailer and audio commentary, you get two things. I mean, and I'm probably not gonna view either one. I like my documentaries. I like my scene. What would have been great for this would be a get like Sean Clark or whatever to go do a Horror's Hallowed Grounds or just a regular Hallowed Ground, whatever it is, and have him go to all of the scene locations or whatever, or the filming locations. I love that stuff. Or maybe an interview with John Cusack now, or the girl. I don't know what happened to this girl, but there was a girl. The girl in this movie. I gotta throw it out there. I had a little thing for. Okay, I thought she was super cute back in the day. I mean, I don't know where she is now. She might even be dead. You know what's funny thing is as I'm getting older, sometimes I say these girls are super cute, and I look them up, and I'm like, wow, they're dead. That's terrible. The one movie that comes to mind that I watched so many times that I wish, come on, Kino, if you can do this, you can do this to this. Can't Buy Me Love. Can't Buy Me Love needs some physical media. It needs an upgrade from the DVD. Listen, I've been watching the DVD for years. As a matter of fact, I own the DVD 3 times just in case something happens to the other DVD. That's how much I love that movie. That was my movie. I'm sorry, but as a kid, I was going through so much things with girls and stuff like that where I almost felt like the Can't Buy Me Love character. You know, like I felt like I was never gonna get the girl. You know, but then once you get the girl, you know, sometimes you get the girl and you find out that's not. Listen, I had one time I wanted to date this girl so bad, and I was hitting on her, and she didn't go to my school, and all of a sudden she was a little bit younger, so she was like a year off, and then finally she came to the school. I'm gonna put this down while I tell my story here. And finally she came to the school. She came to the school, and because I was an upperclassman, all of a sudden she's like, oh, you know, I think I need to date him because he's an upperclassman. Well, we started dating, and I realized we had absolutely nothing in common. You know, so it's like these teenage stories, these teenage things, like especially when you were a kid, if you like grew up around Can't Buy Me Love and grew up around stuff like this, Dream a Little Dreams and License to Drives and all of those classic movies from like the 90s and the late 80s and the early 80s, they mean a lot to you. Yeah, like I am so into putting myself in the place of the character where I could feel what was going on with that character. I understood what, you know, Ronnie Miller felt like from Can't Buy Me Love when he wanted to get that cheerleader girl and just could not get that cheerleader girl. Or I know what this guy feels like when you can't pass your test no matter how hard you try, and then it ends up screwing everything up. You get punished and you can't do whatever. But in the end, things work out really good for this guy. So in general, Can't Buy Me Love. Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit is now available by Kino. I did pre-order this through Amazon because Kino still be charging a lot of money for shipping. And I'm assuming that the shipping costs are just going to keep going up and up too. So yeah, be very careful nowadays what you order, how you order it. Keep an eye out for that shipping because sometimes they get you. I've had a couple of things where I've ordered from stuff overseas, and then it comes to my house and they're like, we need additional shipping. I'm like, we didn't negotiate no additional shipping. Oh yeah, well, there's a handling fee when it reaches here, to there, whatever. And you didn't pay the handling fee. I'm like, well, I wasn't told I had to pay a handling fee. Well, we're sorry, but if you want the item, you gotta make up the difference. I'm like, damn, that sucks. So yeah, just be careful. Be careful what you order. Make sure that the final sale is the final sale, and that's it. And listen, I'm gonna end this thing with this. We're asking you, please, like, share, and subscribe. If you are a long-time viewer of this channel, you know what you got. You know you got a guy that's going to sit here in front of you and be 100% honest. You know that I post every Friday and Saturday. It used to be every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, but because DVD Tuesdays and Blu-ray Tuesdays have kind of gone to the crapper, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, what am I producing on Tuesday? Nothing. So I'd rather work on something all week, edit it all week, and then all of a sudden put something quality for you guys to give you a little educated on Friday and Saturday. Now, my Saturday things, I've been trying to do like a at the movies with Siskel and Ebert, with just me, because I don't have a Siskel and I don't have an Ebert. I just have me. So I've been like picking random titles, either unboxing them, showing you them at the table, breaking them open for you, explaining the movie, explaining the packaging, showing you what it has to offer, to see whether or not you're interested in even buying it, or interested in the movie, or you never heard the movie before. You don't know how many times I've been doing these videos, and my daughter will be out the door in the bathroom over here, and I'll be done with the video, and she's like, Dad, what movie are you talking about? Because that sounds really, really good. So obviously, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to steer you the wrong way. I'm going to try the best I can to help you get the things that you want to get. Life goes by really, really fast, and I'm starting to learn that day by day. It's like what do they say? Life is like a vapor. You know, it's like just you here one day and you're gone the next. So I want to make this channel something. I want this to be my platform. I want this to be I want this to be my legacy. That's what I would love for it to be, my legacy. And they'll be like, people can look back if they're searching about Hot Pursuit or searching about whatever, a movie that they love or a toy that they love or something throughout history or whatever. And they can go back into the video, but yeah, this guy will explain it for you. And then it's like, wow, and he's got stories. He's got things going on. So I need you now more than ever to please hit that like button. Please share. Please subscribe. If you love this channel, if you have been around for a while and you have not subscribed, if you're like me, guys, listen, I can be a real jerk. I got to tell you right now, there's some people that I have been watching for years, but I watch them and I hate them. Okay, this is a strange thing. You find yourself watching people on YouTube sometimes, and as far as people go, you kind of don't really like them, and you don't want to see them succeed. You're kind of an arrogant asshole, okay? And I don't want to see you succeed, so I'm not going to hit that subscribe button. And the biggest thing you could do for a YouTuber is to hit the subscribe button and comment and hit the like button. That does something with the YouTube algorithm that helps out. So next thing you know, I got my channel's being shot over to this person, that person, this person, because they're starting to see that there's like interest in it. So the best thing you could do for me is hit the subscribe button. The best thing, it's the absolute best. I think it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to turn on your notifications to get notified when I put up a video. I'm telling you right now, I do the videos every Friday and Saturday. I will tell you, it does help with the algorithm if you do hit to get notified, but I'm telling you. So, and other thing I do on this channel is I also give away all my free digital copies. If this is your first time viewing, every digital copy that I get, I give away. So if you're a digital copy guy, if you're at home and you don't even want to buy a physical copy of whatever, like this one didn't come with one. If it would have came with one, I would have gave it away. Instead, I got a broken case with no digital copy floating around in it. But if it would have, I would have gave it to you for nothing. It's like a first come, first serve thing. I don't announce it. If I'm unboxing something, and there it is, then you get it. That's just what I do. And I really want to see this channel thrive. I had so many ideas in my head for what I want to do next. And now I have the one thing that I think that I hoped and I dreamed that I would possibly ever have. And I think it's something that we all should not take for granted. It's something that we all need to realize that comes and goes really fast. And it's the one thing I was hoping for was time. Time to organize, time to make better videos, time to go out and do things. Time. I didn't have any time. If I wasn't working, I was getting home from work and I was dealing with parents and I was dealing with kids, and then I was organizing things for the following day, and then my family would come home and I'd have to deal with my sons and my son and my daughters, and I'd have to deal with my wife, and she come home, and then it's like time to cook and make supper. Listen, time is so precious. And the one thing I'm starting to realize is that if I'm going to do something, I need to do it for me. If I'm going to do something, I need to do it, and it's going to be done 100%. It's going to be done to make me happy. This channel makes me happy. You guys, as my viewers and my subscribers, you're like my family. Listen, I don't want to throw out a bunch of names, but there's a few people that have been with me since day one. And I appreciate you for being with me since day one. Not every single one of these things is going to... I'm sure that some of you guys don't collect toys, but I do an unboxing of a toy. You're still there for me. You know what I mean? And you're still watching it, because even though it's an unboxing of a toy, I'm probably going to tell a story about something that happened in my life. And like my old boss used to tell me before he passed away, is that with you, sir, every day is like a sitcom. Something happens to you every single day. You got something to say because something happens to you literally every single day. And it's true. This place is like a reality TV show, except it's reality. It's not. This ain't scripted. The things that happen to me day by day are not scripted, and I'm sure the things in your life are not scripted either. So I think that's why this channel sometimes can be very relatable, because you're struggling, I'm struggling. You're hurting, I'm hurting. If I'm hurting, you're hurting. Listen, we're going through this life together. And if you're enjoying the content, it's time to subscribe. It's time for you to stop for a second and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, the guy can be a jerk sometimes. Sometimes he sucks. Sometimes I don't care about what he's doing. Sometimes I do. I'm going to hit the subscribe button. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to feel good that I did something. Or you're going to go in the description below, and all of a sudden I'm going to get a ping on my Venmo account or my PayPal account, and it's going to be like, man, somebody just gave me $1. And I'll be like, somebody cared enough to take the time to send me $1. and I'm gonna appreciate the dollar. As crazy as you think that is, as crazy as you think that is, and because what's a dollar buy you nowadays? I can't even get something on the value meal at Burger King for $1 anymore. I can't even buy a can of soda for $1. One can of soda I can't even buy for $1 anymore at the local Dollar Tree. I go to Dollar Tree, it's $1 and a quarter for a can of soda, or more sometimes. So yeah, I can't even buy a can of soda for $1. But everything is appreciated. Everything has always been appreciated. My sponsor that sponsors this channel, you have no idea what you have done for me. I mean, it's not even the amount of money. It's not even it's the thought. And I am not I don't BS. Okay, I am a transparent, honest person. If I say something on this channel, it's because it came from my heart. At the time, okay, I might hurt your feelings, okay, I might make you feel like I'm out to get you. But usually it's not. It's like I'm trying to help you to understand that there's something not right. If you're not feeling good about yourself, make yourself feel good. Don't go through life struggling. Don't struggle. And the thing I always used to tell my kids, and I not only do I tell my kids, I tell other people. I've been sending text messages, and I always tell people, never settle. Listen, my friends. I feel personally like I have settled for things my entire life. I mean, when you're like 20 years old and you're being told that your first child's on the way and you have a job that you hate, you stay in that job because you have to. So you settle for that job because it's comfort. You know, even though it sucks, even though you struggles, even though you know that you're better than that job, in order for you to care for your family, sometimes you have to sacrifice things. And then you get older and you're like, man, I wish I could have, I should have, but I didn't. And then you realize you settled. You settled for that second rate job. You settled for that terrible thing. You settled for this toy. You settled for that version of something or whatever. You settled. You kept settling and settling and settling. And then you just kind of give up on yourself. You're like, you start to feel like you're not worth anything. You start to feel like you're not worthy of having the best because you've always settled for whatever. No. We were not put here on this planet to settle and not be happy. We were put here to be happy. Okay, this was not supposed to be a planet of anger and sadness and people just out to get each other and at each other's throat and trying to who can slit the next person's throat in order to get higher in the company. That seems to be the MO for mostly everything that I've ever done in my life. I used to work at a plant. It was a sweatshop mill, if you know what that is, where they used to make camouflage material. And I would have these old timers train me. And I was like 20 years old. This is my daughter was born, and I had to fend for my family, so I was in this filthy, disgusting, dirty place infested with cockroaches. It was just disgusting. And they would have these old timers train me, and they would only tell me as much as I needed to know because they were so afraid that if I learned more than them, that I was going to take their job. And then as soon as I did something wrong or didn't do something or they caught me doing something or they saw something that was not right, they would be right in the office and stab me in the back because they did not want to see me succeed. Okay? Some people on this planet don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you do. They'll tell you they want you to do better. They tell you that they're here for you. They'll tell you that my biggest one. I've had so many people in my life tell me, listen, you got, you guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. We're like family. We're like family. We're like family. And I got to tell you, I didn't do very good with my real family. So comparison to compare yourself to family, just tell me you're my friend. And listen, I'm your friend. I'm here for you. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna help you out. When I say that you guys are like my family, I mean the family that I have created with my wife. Okay, my kids, my wife. These are the people. My grandchild. You know what I mean? These are the people that through the help of my wife and through the help of miracles. Okay, it's been created. You know what I mean? And that's my family. But the family of the past, they hurt me. They messed me up. They I had some really good, like, legitimate cousins and uncles and aunts and stuff like that I absolutely love. I still love and loved, and some of them have passed. And they were always very, very good to me. But that they were like, you see them on the holidays, or you see them on birthdays. You don't see them every day. The ones that lived in my house, there was a lot. Listen, I'm not trying to attack anybody like I've done in the past, but it's like they were just yelling and screaming and fighting and things being thrown around. And then for somebody to come over and say, listen, you're like family. I'm like, that's what I compare it to. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I don't want you to throw anything at me. I don't want you to be yelling at me. I want you to be screaming at me. I don't be judging me. I don't be attacking me. So I've been attacked, judged, had things thrown at me, been hit, been. Listen, I've had enough. I've had enough. I don't need it anymore. That's not what I need in my life. What I need right now is support. I need support. I need help. I need somebody to be there for me. And I need to, and in turn, this channel will be here for you. But right now, what I need for you to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, ring the bell for notifications, and I will see you most definitely later.
You should have saved me some.